Hi, in this section we are going to be talking about data cleansing. Data that is coming in into your data processing stream might have a lot of issues, and you need to come up with some strategies, plan, and some code to do the data cleansing of before you start using them for any kind of analysis or for machine learning purposes. So what kind of issues exist with data quality? It starts with having invalid values. Like if you have something like a gender, you either expect it to be F or M or male or female. You might have something like A or B there. There could be many reasons why you have an invalid data in a column, but they do come in a data stream. Formats of data, the standard ones being the date formats. Date formats can be in multiple ways, like DDMMYY, MMDDYY, and then that is a challenge to understand what exactly the date is. Things like in names, the last name, first name, last name format is a very classic issue, typically with data flowing in. Attribute dependencies means there is a dependency on one attribute on another. For example, there might be a column called is manager in an employee data, and then there is another column that says number of reporting people. So it is expected that somebody is a manager is going to have some number of reporting people, and it could be possible that one column has data that says is manager 0 and the number of reporting people is 5. So there is some issue with that data being extracted from somewhere. If it is coming from a RDBMS, that comes from a CRM system, typically these kind of issues won't happen. But there are a lot of places where data can be, some issues can be created with data either in the extraction part or in the data processing part. So there is always a possibility of issues with data. Uniqueness of data, there could be duplicate records in the data that is coming in. Referential integrity problems. If you are getting two data sets and you expect that every time there is a record like A in the first data set, there has to be a record like B in the second data set, there could be referential integrity issues. There could be issues with missing values, some columns being blank or like half the record being blank. There could be many reasons for it. Misspellings, spelling issues with data. Spelling issues will have a significant impact if you're doing like text analytics, and in text analytics you're trying to use strings to kind of compare various documents and relate documents. So misspellings is an issue. Misfielded values, in which case the values are in the wrong field. That typically happens in a CSV file when you miss out a comma, the column to which that column to which a specific variable belongs is going to be changed. So those kind of issues also happen. And wrong references, invalid URLs. All these kind of issues happen. There's tons of these issues happen with respect to data quality when you're doing data engineering work. So how do you first find these data quality issues? There are a number of ways in which you can do them. The first is usually sample visual inspection. You take a random sample of records from the data that is coming in, visually inspect it and see if there are any issues. A good way, but it is a laborious way, and this kind of a system is not going to scale. The second way is to have some automated validation code, like a schema validation. So when data is coming in, every record goes through a validation code that checks, like very similar to how you design a data entry screen. Anytime somebody enters data, there is validation code that runs to make sure that the data entered by the user is correct. Similar to that, you might have automated validation code for data that is flowing in to validate every record and every column to make sure that the data coming in is correct. You can do outlier analysis, see where if there outliers exist. Outliers analysis is an excellent way to find data quality issues. For example, suppose you have a column called age and you do like a box plot, and you see that there are outliers like the age shows up as 300 or 350. It immediately tells you that there is a problem with the data, because you know that the age cannot be 350. So that actually triggers you to go and find out what is happening with the age here. So outlier analysis is a great way of finding if there are any problems with the data that is coming in. You can do exploratory data analysis, look at some charts, some bar charts, some XY plots, and then they also tend to show if there is some data that is kind of, not within the scope or not within the range, similar to outlier analysis, and that also helps you to identify if there are problems with the data that is coming in. How do you fix the data quality issues? Fixing data quality issues is like regular coding. You can do that in any language that you're comfortable with. Typically, they are run in some general purpose languages like Java, or there are a number of ETL engines or ETL frameworks or products that actually are used to move data from one place to another. These ETL frameworks typically have some functionality through which you can do data quality issues, and you can address these data quality issues, but these are pretty much boilerplate coding, regular coding with any programming language. So we are not going to be seeing specific examples of how do you fix these issues in this class, because it is kind of general boilerplate coding, and once you identify the issue, typically the engineers know what they have to do with it. Possible fixes are that you fix the source if possible. If you know that the data is coming from an enterprise database and you say that the data is actually wrong in that database, it means that one of the systems that is putting data into the table is not behaving correctly. So go fix the source if possible. Find possible loopholes in the data processing streams. So issues may not exist in the data source, but issues might exist in the data processing streams. Suppose you have a program that extracts data from a database and then summarizes it and sends it to you. It is possible that that piece of code can also have some bugs. So you also look there and see if you can fix that code so that the bug goes away. You can also analyze the batches that are coming in, and then you can do automate the fixing of data that is coming in. That is also possible. There are a lot of libraries and tools available for working with data quality, especially when you look at the data analytics tools that exist today, like R or Python or even the ETL engines like Pentaho. You will see that they do have some libraries in which to look at data for possible errors and then go and fix them. The last thing you want to be bothered about is what is called data imputation, because data imputation needs to have a special case handling because it has severe issues on how machine learning algorithms work on them. Data imputation is nothing but how do you fix mixing data? How do you, if a particular column doesn't have a value, what value do you put in there? If a column comes empty, like for example, you have a column that says about gender, male or female, and that column comes empty. So when it is empty, what do you do with it? And that is what is called data imputation. So one thing you have to always remember is that any value present in a data set is used by machine learning algorithms as valid values. What does that mean? Is that if you have a database in an RDBMS, if a value is null, RDBMS know how to handle it. They know when to ignore it, when to use null in a proper way. Not so with any of the machine learning algorithms. Suppose you have a column called gender and it has values male and female, and wherever it does not exist, it is a blank. And maybe instead of blank, it has null or NA. It doesn't matter. Machine learning algorithms then think that this particular column has 3 different valid values. The 3 values being male, female, and null. And it continues to use null as a class of data. So it is going to consider that null as valid data. So you have to figure out a way by which you have to replace these nulls with a proper valid value, like a male or female. But how do you populate it? How do you know that for a record that is missing the gender, whether the gender has to be male or female? What value do you put in there? That is called data imputation. So populating missing data is going to be a key step because that is going to impact your prediction results. So what techniques exist is that you can populate it by mean, median, and mode. So if it is a continuous data, the column, that particular column of data is a continuous data like age, and somebody is missing an age, one possible way you can replace a missing data is to populate it with the mean value. The second thing may be called multiple imputation, which is, you can try multiple imputation techniques and then come up with a result. Like you can use mean, and then you can use regression, then you can use mode, and you can combine them together as much as you want. You can also predict the missing value. So you can actually write a prediction algorithm, use a prediction algorithm to predict the missing value based on the other columns. So you end up doing predictive analytics to predict the missing data using something like decision trees or something like that. So that is also possible. But it is important that you don't leave the missing data as is, and you need to replace them by using data imputation techniques. Thank you.